How's it going? Dusty Bogan here. Terrible news. How's this fucking terrorist attack on Easter? Resurrection Sunday, the poor Sri Lankans getting bombed. It's bullshit. My last church I went to for like 8 years, we actually had a Tamil service. It was, all these Tamil people. A lot of them came over by the boats before they shut it off. Good kids. Heaps of my youth. Like I had my youth, was a youth leader. Heaps of the young lads there. A few of the young lads were Tamil. They were good lads. What a shame. And like the funny thing is, you know how I'm like, I'm a Protestant who goes to Catholic church during Easter and Christmas. The funny thing is during Easter and Christmas, we'd have combined services with like the Tamil, because we'd have a Tamil service for these new Tamil people, helping them learn English and stuff. We'd do a combined service for Easter and Christmas, and that's why I was like, I couldn't handle it. Our preacher would preach, and then the translator would say it in Tamil, and I was like, I think I did 1 year of that at Christmas, and I'm like, I might go to another church on them services, and that's why I was like, I'll go to the Catholic church, check that out. And I've kept doing that for 3 years, so I'm really glad that if it wasn't for the Tamils, it's kind of like it was annoying enough to make me be like, stuff it, I'll go to a bloody Catholic church for Easter and Christmas, start a bit of a tradition. But thanks, Tamils. It's kind of like an annoying thing that ended up being a major positive thing for my life. And them young dudes, the young lads from the youth group, they were all good. They seemed to be like hard-working people that really would integrate well into like Australian society. But it's a real damn shame, man. Fuck, can you believe it? And are we going to see the bleeding hearts of the Muslim community? Like, dead set, after the New Zealand shooting, like that scumbag nutcase, right, did that shooting, and all the bleeding hearts, and everyone's like bending over backwards for the Muslims and being apologetic. And I think it's kind of nice and beautiful, and it shows how this guy was a real scumbag, doesn't represent Western culture, and that we are really compassionate and loving and kind people. So it's a plus for us to show our compassion towards the Islamic community, but don't expect the favour to be returned. Do you know what I mean? Because I was driving home when all that was happening. I drive past the local mosque on my way home, and there was flowers lining the gates, people putting flowers up. We will not see Muslims putting flowers at churches across the world. It's not going to happen. I really would like to see the Islamic community come out and just condemn Islamic terrorist attacks, but it wouldn't happen. We see when Notre Dame was burning, the Muslims were laughing. We have it. We can see it. You can see the comments. Have you seen the picture and all the comments, and the Muslims are laughing? The photo of the Muslim guys walking away, they're smiling while Notre Dame's burning in the background. It's such a scummy act. What a scummy thing. And I'm so glad our Western culture, because it's not just Christians, it's, this is attack on Christianity, absolutely. Christians worldwide. And we've got to stand with our Sri Lankan mates, and we've got to realise that this is happening all around the world. This is happening it's happening in the Philippines, it's happening in Nigeria, Sri Lanka now. You see it, it's in West Papua. It's in the Chinese have got problems with Muslims, the Jews have got problems with Muslims, the Russians, with all Europeans, Westerners. There's like something like 7 African nations that have had huge drama with Muslim Islamic terrorism. So this is a global problem. This isn't, and this is not just Christians. This is terrible. We stand with our Christian mates. We pray for them, and have compassion for them. But we've got to say, this is a global problem with Muslims. Wherever you see the Muslims, and you see it. We see it in Nigeria. We're seeing it in the Philippines. We're seeing it in Sri Lanka. We're seeing it in Israel. It's not They're not just attacking white people. They're not just attacking Christians. They're attacking Catholics. They're attacking Buddhists, Hindus, Indians, the bloody up in Kashmir. So, like, Jesus Christ, can we believe it? It's absolutely terrible. And, it's a weird thing where that nutcase in New Zealand shot and murdered, was it 40 people? Maybe it was more than that who ended up dying. But, and we all condemned him. Everyone condemned him, right? And the stupid thing is that they bent over backwards. New Zealand Prime Minister wearing a stupid headscarf, bowing down to this crazy religion. And the thing is, it's like, what do you do? What do you do? I'll tell you what you do. We need to, everyone, Hindus, Buddhists, like if you're Indian, if you're a Buddhist, if you're a Sri Lankan, if you're in the Philippines, if you're in, any nation that you're like, oh crap, there's a growing Islamic community. You need to vote. You need to use your votes. Stop eating bloody halal. It's been a proven fact that halal certification. Kiralee Smith, an Australian lady, she has an awesome website, Halal Choice. You can look it up. You can learn a lot more information. But they did like a royal commission or some crap, an investigation about halal food. They found that in Indonesia, it's like the biggest halal certifier in the world, that they have proven that the money from the certification, it's going back to terrorist organisations. Don't buy that shit. I'm giving up the late night lamb sandwiches. I will not eat a bloody kebab. The Greeks make good kebabs. Just stay away. That's one thing you can do. You can vote about it. You can talk to your mates about this. And I think this is what we need to do. Hindus, Buddhists, Christians, Jews, we all need to unite. We need to unite and just say, hey, look, we're going to keep being compassionate. If some nutcase kills a Muslim, we're going to be compassionate because we're better than that, and we're better than the evil out there. We're going to show compassion. We're going to be realistic. We're not going to be extremists, but we're going to unite together, and we're going to say, Islam, you need to reform, and we don't want you migrating to the Western countries. We don't want you migrating to the Philippines or Sri Lanka or India. They need to be like, nah, we're going to slow it down. We're going to go after the radicals. We're going to point the finger directly at the face of the evil and say, you are the problem. Islamic terrorism, the problem is in the Quran. They need to start reforming. They need more guys like Imam Tawhidi. He's a good guy. He's trying to reform Islam. They totally need to do it. They need to clean up the act. The pressure needs to be on. It comes with us. It's going to come with the Buddhists and Hindus and Christians and Jews. Everyone's standing together. And you say, like my workplace, I literally have. There was one time, because we do hire and fire and we go through the works. One time we literally had Nigerian. Yeah, man, it's terrible. It's bad. We have a Muslim problem. We have an Islamic extremist problem. It's terrible. Same guy, a Filipino guy saying the same thing. We had a dude from Eritrea saying the same thing. You know what I mean? We have a guy from India saying the same thing. We actually have another guy from Sri Lanka there. I've been off work because of my finger. Go back to work tomorrow. And I'll be like, mate, terrible news. It's like terrible. I actually haven't really seen much of my mates who are Sri Lankan from my last church. I moved church. It was a good move. Good thing to move for me. It was the right thing to do. I feel a lot better. Much more. It's more me, my new church anyway. But yeah, I haven't really seen them. But my mate from work from Sri Lanka, I'd be like, dude. It's like, dude, everyone there, and the guy from Yugoslavia, ex-Yugoslavia, is that Serbia or Croatia? I think he's from. Islamic problem. It's a problem with Islam. Do you know what I mean? And we need to just say, all right, boys, look at us all here. We're all, it's like, for me, I'm like, look at my workplace. We all work together. We all get on. We can all have a laugh. We're not too serious. Someone's like, you're a Christian. I'm like, praise Jesus, I'll pray for you, brother. Like, joke. I can laugh at myself. I'm not going to take myself too serious. Not going to get offended and be a dickhead. I talk to them about them being Hindus and Buddhists and all the different philosophies that they have. We're like peacefully talking about it, interested. Even though we disagree, even the atheists, we're all getting along fine. Different racial, religious background, getting on fine. Big fucking drama with Islam, and I tell you, we've got to be united, and we just got to point the finger directly, call for Islam to reform, call on our nations to say, nah, look, we're happy to have. In Australia, we do need to cut our immigration. The infrastructure is just not there in Australia. We need to cut immigration. But as the economy we might need skilled labour. We'll be like, hang on a minute, let's get the Hindus and the Buddhists and the Catholics and the Protestants and the Orthodox and atheists and Sikhs and Jews. Let's give them a go. But let's just be like, hang on, Islam, it's not working. They need to reform. Maybe they need another 500 years. They've got huge problems, and we can see everywhere, whether it's the Philippines or Sri Lanka or India or Israel or Russia or Nigeria. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where these Muslims interacting with, it seems that they can't integrate. They can't get on with people of different belief systems. And it's terrible. They've got a huge problem. We need to point the finger and just say, no, I wouldn't be consuming that halal crap. Don't give them $1. Don't give them any money. We need to do heaps of things. We need to be like, nah, burqa, don't want it. It's that, where are the feminists? Where are the feminists standing up against genital mutilation and against the burqa? Where are the animal activists talking about halal slaughter? Do you know what I mean? It's terrible. Where are the civil rights activists who are like, these people are hate-filled. They hate Hindus. They hate Jews. They hate Christians. This is a terrible philosophy and ideology. It's terrible. Anyway, so the cool thing is, but I just want to tell you, I was listening to some podcasts, listening to a bit of Alex Jones this morning. He's going hard, InfoWars. Man, get onto the InfoWars app and have just download that in Google. So good, man. And then another bunch of awesome articles I've been reading from the Unshackled, which is like an Aussie alternative news. It's awesome, man. I'll just read a few articles here because there is some in the horrific out of all this crap. It's absolutely terrible. You know what I mean? I hope people do some GoFundMes or some things where we can donate. I don't know, I haven't looked it up yet, but damn if there is, I'm going to be putting some money in there. We've got to you have to do something. When these things happen, we have to do something. It can't just be a video. It's got to be like, dude, I'm gonna do something. I'm going to raise awareness. We need to talk about this. If you meet someone and you're like, dude, this guy's from the Philippines or Sri Lanka or India or Israel or Nigeria or any of these countries, and just be like, yeah, you guys have got a big problem with Islam. And they'll be like, yes, we do. And be like, how do you deal with that? Give us some ideas. Build some unity. Be like, because we all seem to get along. What the hell's that problem? Start the conversation. Anyway, let's read some articles. Here's an article from The Unshackled. Give them a look up, because I think when you read the articles, there is advertisement there, and I wouldn't want to rip them off. They're doing a bloody good job. So here we go. Get this. It's kind of good news because, I spent some time at the Catholic Church on Good Friday, and then we went on Saturday to the Catholic Church just for a walkthrough. It was beautiful. I actually really enjoyed it. Here we go. Sri Lanka bombing. Pope Francis urges refugees from Syria to return. That's big. That's big news. That's really good news. Good on the Pope, because he was kind of being a bit weird. But surely, maybe he's even woken up. And sometimes it's people are, I think people are quite compassionate, and people are like, we'll give people the benefit of the doubt. Aussies really do that. It's called giving someone a fair go. It's a part of our culture. And I think maybe it's a part of inbuilt into us, because Christianity was such an inbuilt thing. Christians are quite compassionate and forgiving. We'll give people a fair go, but after wild. We need to wake up. People need to wake up and be like, whoa, I think the Pope's waking up. So I have a little bit of a read of this one. There's a few good articles. Have a stab at this one. Thanks, Unshackled. Look them up. Just moments ago, in the wake of the Sri Lanka attack, where there has been even more explosions, at least 150 killed. I think it's up to 200, could be more than 200 now. Killed at churches and hotels on Easter Sunday. The Pope has bowed to pressure from the Christian community and urged politicians to make a new effort to resolve the Syrian conflict and so help ensure the return home of millions of refugees and displaced people. Damn, good on you. See, this is what I'm talking about. We, the people, we need to stand together. We need to stand together and pressure. Like if you're a Catholic, you're a Christian, mate, if your pastor is being a weirdo and he's too compassionate and you're like, he's like, yeah, we've got to give him the benefit. Just be like, dude, it's time to wake up, time to change the tone. We need to look out for Christians and Jews and Hindus and Buddhists. We need to see that this Islamic ideology, this philosophy is terrible. It's no good. We just need to reject it. It's up to us as, what Christians, Hindus, Buddhists, Jews, everyone, atheists, whatever your circle, your sphere of influence, those in leadership around you, just be like, mate, put the pressure on. Put the pressure on, because it seems like they're saying here, it's worked. It's worked for the Pope. Here we go, continue. It's time, I think this is what the Pope said, it's time for a renewed commitment for a political solution. Favour the secure re-entry of the homeless, along with all those who have been taken refuge in neighbouring countries, especially Lebanon and Jordan. Pope Francis urged politicians Sunday to make a new effort to resolve the Syrian conflict and so help ensure the return of millions of refugees and displaced people, Pope Francis said in his traditional Easter Sunday address at the Vatican. Oh, damn. I reckon that's good news. This is a drastic U-turn in policy. Bang. Let's read another one. I think that is really good news. This is really good news. And you're obviously, people are doing the right thing. They're standing up. They're putting the pressure on them. Here we go. Archbishop of Colombo. So that's like I think it's a major city in Sri Lanka. Archbishop of Colombo says perpetrators must be punished mercilessly. Yeah. Dude, that's hardcore. That's strong language. According to the Associate Press, it has been reported that the Archbishop of Colombo is calling for those responsible of the Easter Sunday blast in Sri Lanka to be punished mercilessly. Cardinal Malcolm Rajath, sorry, I'm probably going to pronounce all these names wrong, called on Sri Lankan government to launch a very impartial, strong inquiry and to punish those found responsible mercilessly, because any animals can't behave like that. Damn, that's so good news. And the thing is, I think Sri Lanka is actually the most religious nation on earth. It's like 90 to 98% of people there are religious. And it's mostly Buddhist and then Hindu. And I think the Christians are the smallest minority in Sri Lanka. But you know what? It's Sri Lanka, this could be a place where we can really lead the way in Sri Lanka. We really got to help our Sri Lankan mates here, and we also got to reach out to the Hindus and Buddhists in Sri Lanka. This is the glue. This is where we're going to glue it together. And I'm not saying water down different philosophies and be like, well, we all believe in the same God. No, we got to be like, nah, Hindus, Buddhists, Christians, Jews, they have exclusive belief systems. We understand it's exclusive. And if you tell me you don't believe that I'm going to heaven because I don't follow the Hindu way or the Buddhist way or the Jewish way, that's fine. I'm not going to be offended, but I'm still going to unite with you because you're not trying to kill me. You're just saying, be aware. Let's see what other articles we've got going. This is all Unshackled. They're doing a bloody brilliant job. And I think a cool thing about this, just seeing alternative media, like you got Unshackled here writing awesome bloody articles, and then I was listening to Infowars. Download the app. That is freaking awesome. Alex Jones, he just lets it rip. He just has such a good crack. Here's another Unshackled one. Islamic group National Tawheed Jamaat, probably behind Easter church bombing. That's probably completely fucking wrong how I've said that. Documents seen by AFP show the Sri Lankan police chief, whatever his name is, I'm not going to attempt it, issued an intelligence alert to top officers 10 days ago, warning that suicide bombers plan to hit prominent churches. Holy damn. So they kind of already knew this. And then the stupid thing is, like, look, I don't watch much mainstream media, but I could imagine if they're like, well, this is not an Islamic terrorism, this is not Islam, and they palm it off. It's so stupid. And God, it's like they've already had a warning days before the attack. 10 days before the attack, they're saying. A foreign intelligence agency has reported that the NTJ, that's the name of the terrorist group, whatever, Muslims, is planning to carry out suicide attacks targeting prominent churches, as well as the Indian High Commission of Colombo. Whoa. So they're going after the Indians too. That's terrible. And Indians are really peaceful and good. Like, heaps of my jobs have had, like, a lot of the bosses have been Indian dudes, and we've always gotten on. My first youth leader at church back in 2005 at the youth group, he was Indian guy. I think he was born in South Africa. He's Indian descent, but he's a Christian. So that dude was good. And, in my life, I've met heaps of really good Indian people who have, been my bosses or leaders in church and stuff. So fully helped me. Good people. We've got to stand by them as these Muslims are trying to target them too. Here we go. The NTJ is a radical Muslim group in Sri Lanka that was linked last year to vandalization of Buddhist statues. Holy shit. See, we got to stand united, man. That's the end of the article. These are like some of these little short, quick, good articles that are written by the Unshackled. Sometimes they go on a bit and you think, what the heck? But they do it really good. Really good job, real sharp. And here we go. Here's another one from Infowars. So I thought this was important. So here we go. Infowars. Alleged Sri Lanka suicide bomber. Anyone who disagrees with Muslims should be killed. That's what this guy said. And apparently this video, this dude who is the alleged bomber at this church, he made that statement. His video is still on YouTube. Probably getting shared on Facebook. And whilst you have how many people, Tommy Robinson and all the Proud Boys, people have been booted off all the social media. And here we have these fucking radical Muslims they're allowed on the platform. Here we go. One of the alleged suicide bombers responsible for the terror in Sri Lanka previously made a video in which he stated anyone who disagrees with Muslims should be killed. Imam Muhammad Tawhidi, that's the good Muslim dude, posted a video of Islamic extremist Zahan Hashim uttering the statement, which was made in front of a backdrop showing a knife and blood. Ugh. So Imam Tawhidi, it's fucking disgusting. Imam Tawhidi's like a good Muslim bloke who's trying to call for reform, Islamic reform. I think a heap of young Muslims need to wake up and be like, dude, I'm going to maybe start listening to Imam Tawhidi and start holding people accountable and seeing it change. The whole world we would all love Islam to be a religion of peace, and for all the Muslims to do go and bloody put flowers at every church around the world and condemn the hell out of these attacks. That's what we really would love to see that. This is Imam Twahidi's post. So he was sharing this and trying to raise awareness of this. We spend hours exposing extremists every day. That's what Imam's saying. This video and its background went unnoticed due to language barrier. If he was exposed and brought to attention of the authorities, he could have been stopped. Sri Lanka terrorist. Anyone who disagrees with Muslims should be killed. That's what he reckons. So good job, Imam Tawhidi. I've done an interview with Imam Tawhidi. There was like a show called in Brisbane. It was a Muslim, a Christian, and a Jew walk into a bar. It was Kira Smith. That's the Sheila I was saying who made the Halal Choice website, raising awareness of the dangers of halal certification. Then she was the Christian. Avi Yemeni was the Jew, and Imam Tawhidi was the Muslim. And it was like a really good Muslim and Jew and a Christian walking to a bar. I went to the show because I always wing everything. I never organise anything. I'm just like, yeah, mate, you want to do an interview? And I thought, these guys are way too high profile for me. I thought, not going to happen. So we're just sitting there enjoying the show, being the Proud Boys, having a beer. Mate, I probably had 10 beers. And at the end of the show, I actually scored an interview with Imam Tawhidi and Avi and Kira Smith. I was so cheering. You can look that up in my YouTube channel. So yeah, I'll continue. So this is all good stuff. I think this is a quote from Imam. Maybe that's just what I read. I will read it again. We spend hours exposing terrorists every day. Good on you, Imam. This video and its background went unnoticed due to language barriers. Yep, okay, blah, 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 blah. Imam, who in a separate tweet criticised YouTube for hosting radical content. Good on ya. What a freaking legend. If you're calling on people getting killed, you are a scumbag and you deserve to have all your crap taken off. And it's so stupid. This is like another stupid thing. You look at like Israel Folau, Australian rugby player who got booted from the Wallabies for posting like it was a tweet or on Instagram, and it was like, if you're a fornicator, adulterer, a drunkard, a homosexual, if you do not repent, you'll go to hell. That's what he said. So he got fired from the Wallabies, our national rugby team, for that Instagram or Twitter bloody post. Here's the thing. Israel Folau, he's not threatening anyone with physical violence in the present. He's warning people of the danger of the afterlife. He's like, hang on, salvation could be found in Jesus alone, exclusive belief system. And just want to warn all these people, these categories, you're in danger, repent, go to Jesus for salvation. And I'm like, good on ya. And here's the thing. I'm saying Hindus, Buddhists, Christians, Jews, atheists, we've got to unite together against the threat of Islam because they are threatening your real world. They want to outwork physical violence. These people are dangerous. If like a fucking Hindu's like, if you keep being a dickhead, you'll come back as a mosquito or a fly or a maggot. And it would not be good. You want to be reincarnated, you be a good boy and a girl, and you reincarnate to an amazing chimpanzee, orangutan, some special creature like tiger or elephant or something, or kangaroo, pretty good, not so bad, or even maybe human baby boy. You know what I mean? So even that, it's a warning. That's their philosophy. They're warning you. If you're a Buddhist, you'd be like, I think with like the Buddhists, you want to reach enlightenment. And you like come to like God status or whatever. You transcend. And if you like if you're here on the earth and you're like too materialistic, you're gonna fade out, bro. It's not gonna be work. You're gonna be out of balance. I don't even know. I don't really know. I'm a Christian. So I believe salvation found in Christ alone. And Jews don't even really care. They just care about their own people, the descendants of Abraham. And they're like, yep, this is what our rules are. They talk about their rules, the Torah, no law from Moses. They're like, well, you're not a Jew, and I have no worry about you, mate. Whatever. We're of no concern to them. But we're all exclusive belief systems, and at the end of the day, when we can't get the shits with each other, we understand, well, you're not trying to kill me. You may be trying to, engage with me so I could voluntarily listen to you. And you're raising awareness of what you believe is to be the truth. So I respect that. If some Hindu or Buddhist or even an atheist, if they're like, you're wrong, man, you're wasting your time, they're telling me, I'm not offended. They're not trying to kill me or hurt me, are they? Not trying to hurt. Israel Folau ain't trying to hurt anyone. This stupid fucking radical nutcase who YouTube is allowing his content, who's calling for violence. He's calling. He wants to fucking kill people. He's a nutcase. Obviously, has a butchered, bloody knife in the background of his video. I don't even want to watch it. Yeah. According to reports, Hamas was, I think that's the guy's name, responsible for a suicide bombing at Sri Lankan hotel. So this guy was responsible, they're saying. As we previously reported, journalist Salah Falak claimed that reporting the name of Hamas was Islamophobic. That tweet was vulgar, but not surprising given to that Khalid works for Al Jazeera, which is owned by Qatar's government, whatever. So, and that's another stupid thing. That they're like saying it's Islamophobic to mention this guy's name, to expose these people. What do you want? No one, we're not just going to let you attack us. You have a right to self-defense. Hindu, Buddhist, Christian, every culture and race and religion, we have a right to self-defense. We're not just going to get attacked and destroyed. It's like the Crusades. Like they were they took a third of all Christian land by force, by the sword, and the Christians were like, oh, we better do something. We better stand up and fight back because we're going to get fucking wiped out here. These people are violent, aggressive, freak show, evil people. And we're not just going to get beaten to death. We're not just going to get destroyed by your evil philosophy. And don't do that if you're a Hindu or a Buddhist or a Christian or a Jew or an atheist. Even if you're a Muslim and you are peaceful, you're like Imam Tawhidi and you're like, no. Some Muslims might be like, I kind of like the 5 pillars of Islam. I kind of like the culture and the history. I would like to preserve it. I would like to practice it in a peaceful way. I would like to reform it. Well, fuck, let's do that. I would back them up. And let's fucking condemn the fucking evil belief system that is Islam today. Call for the fucking stop the immigration, stand up against the fucking burqa, stand up against halal, stand up against halal slaughter of animals. Where are the fucking feminists? Where are the animal rights activists? Where are the fucking... Where's the gay community standing up and saying, look at these fucking dangerous people? Like they call Christians, I campaigned against the gay marriage. I was like, nah. Don't do it. Don't let in the Trojan horse. Don't open Pandora's box. This is just the thin end of the wedge. I put banners out on the motorway. I fucking printed hundreds of flyers and letterbox dropped them all around my fucking area. Went to the rallies. Went to the conferences. But you know what? I would never hurt a fly. I think it was just before that. My gay brother-in-law was living with me. Yeah, mate. You're welcome. If he went through dramas, he could live with me. I'm not going to fucking harm the guy, though I disagree with gay marriage. And I do think, just like Israel Folau should repent and receive Jesus to come and help him on the inside with that, just like we all need help and forgiveness. So I understand. We understand gay community. No one, but like, understand that, I think Hindus, Jews, Buddhists, they're atheists who are a bit more conservative. Just because we're a bit more conservative around sexuality, we don't want to harm you. We don't want to hurt them. These Muslims do. So just stand up against them. Fucking animal rights people, gay people, feminists, Hindu, Buddhists, Jews, Catholic, Christian, Orthodox, atheists, everyone. We gotta rally together against real violence here. So anyway, cheers, and thanks to the Unshackled, and thanks for InfoWars. I reckon they're doing a good job. So thanks. Well done. Cheers, eh?